Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into Project Mugetsu with a complete clan tier list, ranking every clan from SSS tier to C tier. If you're wondering which clans dominate the game and which ones are better off avoided, this guide has you covered. Let's go over the rankings. SSS tier. These are the absolute best clans in the game. Whether it's their insane abilities or overall strength, these clans are completely overpowered. If you get one, stick with it. S tier. Just below SSS, these clans are still incredibly strong and can carry you through the game. Unless you have an extra clan save slot, you shouldn't reroll these. A tier. These clans are powerful but tend to be more specific to certain races. If they fit your playstyle and build, they can compete with S tier clans. B tier. These clans are either highly dependent on your race or just weaker than the higher tiers. They can still work, but they aren't optimal. C tier. The weakest clans in the game. These are underpowered and could use a buff. If you get one, it's best to reroll when possible. Before we jump into the full tier list, make sure to like and subscribe for more Project Mugetsu content. Let's get started. Let's start with B tier. These clans are decent but have limitations that hold them back. Some are strong in specific situations, but overall, they aren't as dominant as the higher tier clans. Cypher. Mythic -1%. Cypher is a mythic clan, so you might expect it to be stronger, but it falls a bit short. It comes with a solid set of passives and a powerful Zero, but that alone isn't enough to push it into A tier. While it's still a great mythic to have, it doesn't provide anything game-breaking compared to the top tier picks. If you roll it, it's usable, but don't be afraid to reroll if you're aiming for something better. Gilga. Mythic -1%. Gilga is one of the best mythic clans for hollows. If you're playing as Envankar, this clan will give you some strong advantages that make it worth keeping. However, if you're not a hollow, Gilga loses a lot of its value, making it much more situational than other mythics. Shioin Anohana, legendary -4%. Both of these clans are strong for their rarity, but the problem is the current meta. Right now, war power clans completely outshine most mythics and legendaries, so while Shioin and Anohana are good, they fall off compared to stronger options. If you roll one early on, it's decent, but you should aim for a war power clan as soon as possible to stay competitive. Now, let's move on to A tier. These clans are strong but more situational, often depending on your race or specific abilities to reach their full potential. If they fit your build, they can compete with S tier clans, but they aren't universally powerful. Stark, war power -0.1%. Stark is a unique war power clan that specializes in Los Lobos guns. If you plan to use this playstyle, Stark can be incredibly strong, offering solid buffs that enhance gun-based combat. However, outside of that, it doesn't provide much, making it a very niche pick. Lavar, war power -0.1%. Lavar is powerful if you have death dealing, a mechanic that allows you to manipulate the damage dealt and received. It functions similarly to Araruri's focus on Minoskar, meaning that if you're not using the right setup, Lavar won't feel as strong as it should. Araruri, mythic -1%. This clan is extremely powerful if you're going for Minoskar. The synergy between Araruri and the Minoskar path makes it a dangerous pick in the right hands. However, if you're not building for that specific setup, its effectiveness drops drastically, making it a much lower tier choice. 2 Autoswink, war power -0.1%. 2 Autoswink is a very solid war power clan with strong buffs to Sonito and Zero, making it highly competitive. If you prefer a fast and aggressive play style, this clan can be a great choice. While it may not be as universally strong as S tier clans, it still provides excellent tools to dominate fights. Now, let's move into S tier, where the clans are some of the most powerful in the game. These clans offer strong abilities and great versatility, making them excellent picks for both PvP and PvE. However, they aren't quite as broken as the SSS tier clans, and some may have small drawbacks. Ryu, war power -0.1%. Ryu has a lot of great abilities, but what truly makes it insane is Antithesis. This ability allows you to completely heal back to full HP if you take a huge hit or get one shot, making it an incredible survival tool. Whether in PvP or PvE, This clan is a game changer in the right hands. Jinjo, War Power minus 0.1%. Jinjo is an excellent mix of abilities that work well in both PvP and PvE. However, it's strongest when paired with Fullbringer, as many of its abilities revolve around that race. If you're not playing a Fullbringer, its effectiveness drops, but it's still a top-tier pick overall. Zaraki Kurosaki, War Powers minus 0.1%. Both of these are amazing PvP clans with slightly different focuses. Zaraki is all about M1 damage, giving you absurd sustained damage in close combat. Kurosaki is built around Mugetsu, which gives massive burst damage to overwhelm opponents. Both are great picks depending on your preferred playstyle. Urahara, War Power minus 0.1%. Urahara is one of the best PvE clans in the game. The potion ability makes items much cheaper, allowing you to stock up on resources more easily. On top of that, it gives a huge boost to spiritual pressure, making grinding and leveling significantly easier. Joestar, War Power minus 0.1%. Joestar provides a powerful mix of buffs that benefit any race, making it one of the most well-rounded clans in S tier. While it does have time stop, it's not as strong as people might expect because it can be easily countered. However, the real strength of Joestar comes from its combined buffs, which make it an extremely solid choice. Nemea, Transcendent minus 0.005%. Nemea is a Transcendent clan, meaning it's one of the rarest in the game. However, it's also the weakest Transcendent, and some more power clans are actually stronger. That said, it's still a very strong general use clan with no specific racial requirements, making it a good option if you manage to get it. Now, we've reached SSS tier, the absolute best clans in Project Mugetsu. These clans are either completely broken or have overpowered abilities that can turn fights in an instant. If you manage to roll one of these, stick with Ida. These are the best of the best. Walk, Transcendent minus 0.005%. Walk is easily one of the strongest clans in the game, if not the strongest. The reason? The almighty skill. This ability lets you avoid M1 damage 20% of the time, which is a huge advantage in PvP. On top of that, Walk can recover from a one-shot attack using a single skill, making it one of the most unstoppable clans. Gojo, Transcendent minus 0.005%. Gojo is one of the best offensive clans in Project Mugetsu. It has a chance to dodge M1 attacks, making it incredibly slippery. A huge Aodo main slow, which makes landing combos insanely easy. Hollow Purple, a powerful nuke that can wipe out enemies. The best part? Gojo works with any race, making it one of the most versatile SSS-Tier clans. Hasqualt, War Power minus 0.1%. Even though Hasqualt is only a war power, it punches way above its rarity and is arguably the best war power clan in the game. Lesser Almighty lets you avoid incoming damage, making you incredibly hard to kill. Scales of Balance is beyond broken. It swaps your HP with your opponents, meaning if you're about to die, you can flip the fight instantly and put them on the brink of death instead. Ikumakidomoi, Transcendent minus 0.005%. If you're playing as a Hollow, this is the best progression clan in the game. The crushing spiritual pressure ability is incredible, and its eating buffs make it one of the most dominant Hollow clans available. If you're going for a Hollow build, this is the clan to have.